May I take your order?
Hi, hello. So my name is Tippy Nicole and welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you stick around. So today I've been trying to film the whole day. Right now the time is like 22:09 p.m. Okay, I've been trying to film the whole day, and I filmed a video and I wasn't a fan. I wasn't just into it. And as an introvert, I am struggling just to do this, just to film. I'm somebody who has been really like struggling with cameras for as long as I can remember, like taking photos, taking videos. It has been really hard for me, and I worked really hard to get used to the camera, to get used to taking photos, because imagine your friends are trying to capture memories, and you are uncomfortable to be in the photos with them. And it's not like I hate myself or I hate my face. It's not like I think I'm ugly or anything. I've always just been very uncomfortable around cameras. So as I was struggling earlier on, I was like, girl, growth is uncomfortable, okay? Growth is uncomfortable. And I was filming a video about something else. And I was like, why don't I talk about growth though? Like, growth is uncomfortable, so that's something. Let's talk about that. If I'm going to talk about growth, I think I should go back to primary school, because for me now that I look at it, it was like, it made a big impact. It is the reason why I'm here today. I'm able to do this, looking at the fact that I'm very uncomfortable in front of cameras, but I can still do this, right? So back in primary school, I was still the same person, introvert, afraid of attention, doesn't want the spotlight. But my teachers had different plans for me. Like, they made me an MC for June 16 and Commonwealth. I tried to refuse. They pushed me into it, and I'm somebody who would just go along with whatever the teachers wanted. I didn't want any trouble. So I would be shaking when I'm presenting. When I'm the MC, I would be shaking, I would be shivering. But then I would get used to it, and I would get used to it, and I would do a good job. And I think that was them pushing me, getting me out of my comfort zone, because I would just try to avoid anything that made me uncomfortable. And as the years went by in junior school, during Sunday lessons, we would have to read Motswasile and all the likes. We would take turns in class reading, and I would try to avoid that. I would try to run away from that, but it would never happen then. It's like the teacher could see that I was trying to avoid reading, and she would pick me. I wanted to avoid reading Setswana because Setswana, I stutter a bit more when I'm speaking Setswana. It's a bit harder for me to speak Setswana, but nowadays I'm a bit older, and it's not. I've gotten better, but Setswana, really, I struggle with reading Setswana. I stutter a lot when I read Setswana. So back then I would try to just run away, and the teacher would just force me to read, and I would just struggle throughout the paragraph that I'll be reading. But I think that also was her, trying to get me out of my comfort zone. So all of these instances that have been, I've heard people, push me bit by bit, and I think these days I'm able to present in front of a crowd without really being worried about stuttering or anything. Even though, yes, I'm always a bit like terrified for like 2 seconds, but once I start speaking to people, I get better and better. Sometimes I get so overwhelmed by fear that even when I'm speaking, I feel like I'm about to cry, especially when I'm presenting. So growth really is uncomfortable, guys. So all of these things, they build us. If we keep staking these things one by one, as time goes on, the effort really pays off. So the takeaway from this video is just that, you know, it might be uncomfortable for that moment, but as time goes on, we are the one who will be reaping the benefits of that uncomfortable moment, you know, where you did 1, 2, 3, 4, where you did something that was very uncomfortable for you, maybe even unpleasant for you, but who will be benefiting? You'll be the one who will be benefiting from that. And there's no use, you know, staying in one place without moving, because we are all about growth. You know, we are trying to grow in all the areas of our life. We are trying to grow, you know, we are trying to do better with our finances, we are trying to do better with our self-esteem, we are trying to grow, you know, when it comes to our self-confidence. We're just trying to be better people overall. So you can't you can't succeed by just being in your shell without being comfortable. Like for me, I think the next task for me is try to succeed at networking functions. When I still struggle with those, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's still very hard for me. Like, networking is hard for me. Like, this networking branches and whatnot, and afterwards they're like, this is a 10 minutes break, let's go and socialize and network. Most of the time I would just run to the toilet. Okay, I'm still trying to deal with that. Okay, that is one area that I'm working on. Most of the time I would just run to the toilet and be there for like 10 minutes and come back and sit down without talking to anybody. So that is something that I need to work on. I hope you find something too that you want to work on, and we can do this together. We can take, you know, one step at a time to be where we want to be. So as I was saying, growth is very uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, you are the one who is going to reap those benefits, you know, the fruits of your labor. You know, like, thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.